Debt ceiling, that's become the talk of the town, right? You're wondering, what is this concept? What does it mean? What is this impact that's going to have of the US debt ceiling limit? I'm Vinnii Motiwala, and this video will talk about these debt ceiling limits. What is the impact of that? What does this concept actually mean? Now, when you look at it, this intriguing term is actually referred to the limit that is imposed by the federal government on the ability to accumulate debt. Now, the idea was actually that the Congress, in accordance with the Constitution, had the power to authorize the issuance of debt. By doing so, the government could borrow money to fulfill its legal obligations, such as providing a social security, the Medicare benefits, paying the military salaries, covering interests as well as on the national debt, and making tax refunds and other necessary payments as well. So that is what was mainly the US debt ceiling, which we talk about, that limit. That was mainly what it means. Now, what is this crisis and what are the concerns that are shaping up over there? What is this concern around it? The origin of this debt ceiling actually started way back in 1917, and this was during the tumultuous period of World War I. At this time, the United States found itself in the need for a significant financial resource and what the Congress did that time is they devised a system to streamline the borrowing processes. They set a very specific amount that the government could actually borrow, with understanding that they could return to the Congress if they had to actually raise this limit. So that concept started in 1917. Yes, you borrow once, you come to the government. If you want to raise this limit, yes, go back to the government. That was the concept that started over there. Now, over the years, what happened is that the Congress had made a lot of adjustments in terms of the debt limits, and this was not just once, twice. It was a numerous amount of times, either by increasing it, suspending it temporarily, and this practice actually occurred at a staggering 78 times since 1960. 78 times. Now, this is reflecting the evolving financial needs and the economic circumstances of the company as well. Now, however, in this current story, what is the dilemma that has arisen? Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has been speaking about this and has sounded an alarm and warning that the country, that's US, could actually exhaust its borrowing authority by June 1st. That's June 1st, 2023. Now, this leaves the negotiators with a very little time to actually find a resolution and reach an agreement on this matter as well. So, what was all this disagreement about that is going on? What is all this fight that is going on about? Concern? When you look at it, well, the Democratic and the Republican staff are actually currently engaged in a lot of talks about this. They are collaborating, making an effort to actually come in terms of a common ground that could be regarding the spending levels as well as the energy regulations as well. However, Republicans who hold the House control over the House have actually made it very clear that they will not support any increase in the debt ceiling unless the Democrats agree on a substantial spending cut. Now, they are arguing on that the failing to lift the limit, which is necessary to cover this cost of the previous spending and tax cuts approved by the Congress, could actually lead to a default, causing a sharp economic downturn. The potential consequences that we could see of this rising debt ceiling are quite serious. Now, the Treasury departments were unable to make timely payments. Then, other than that, even one missed payment would be considered as a default. And surprisingly, the United States has obviously, there's no surprise that they've never actually managed to fail in terms of making these debt payments before as well. The fact is, one of the reasons why the country's treasury bonds are actually in high demand from investors worldwide is why the US dollar is also considered as one of the most reliable currencies as well. So the trust that is coming in the US markets. However, in this story, doesn't end there. A default by the United States could actually have a far-reaching effect, creating a domino effect on the negative consequences throughout the global financial statements, and any damage to the country credit rating would have a long-term implication on the value that US treasuries hold, making them less attractive to investors and potentially harming the overall economy as well. As the clock ticks away, the fate of the debt ceiling hangs in the balance, and negotiators must find a bridge that to bridge their differences and prevent a potential catastrophic outcome, and the future of the nation's financial stability and the global economic relationships. Everything rests on this resolution that could see, and hoping a timely resolution will come in there.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.